Welcome into the Coyote Net Report. I'm here with Coach Leanne Williamson, fresh off a tremendous road weekend, 2-0 with a 5-set win over North Dakota State and a 4-set win over Oral Roberts. Leanne, just a Summit League opening weekend. Just some overall thoughts on being able to finish it 2-0.
I mean, we're really excited about where we are right now. That first weekend was really tough. I mean, the travel portion of it, the two places that we played, both NDSU and Oral Roberts, are probably two of the harder places to play in the league as well. So to not only be able to go in there and take care of our side of the floor the majority of the time, but finish 2-0 in two very difficult places to play was really good for us, especially with some of the youth that we have on our roster. So, I think our upperclassmen did a good job. Our leaders did a great job of helping our underclassmen through those moments, on helping them kind of figure out how to go about that, how to navigate it. But those were not easy wins by any means. And the fact that our team was able to pull out a 5-set win on Friday and then come back and really have to face some adversity on Sunday to pull out that win, I think says a lot about this team.
Got down 2-1 to North Dakota State, but like you said, came back. I mean, what was key in getting that momentum back to get that 5-set victory?
I think a lot of it had to do with confidence. And I know that sounds funny because we were down 2-1, but, I don't think there was any doubt in our mind that we should have been able to win both sets and sets 2 and 3, or at least one of them. We just didn't take care of the ball like we did in set 1. So, even though we were down 2-1, I think we knew that we were in control of our side, and we just needed to really make changes on our end and continue to clean up, obviously, our side against them. So, I think they were pretty determined, and then late in the set, obviously, to be able to pull away a little bit with a run was important for us. But, we had been in a 5-set match the weekend before against Montana, and we did not think we performed the way we should have. And I think that was a really good learning moment for us of how we needed to attack that 5th set at NDSU.
Obviously, one more quick question about North Dakota State. Haley Dot's at 23 kills. Taylor Wilson, a tremendous performance to back up Haley. I mean, two obviously hitters that are main focal points for Madison Jurgens to get the ball to. Yeah,
I think that was really important for us. Haley's always going to take a lot of swings for us just in terms of where she is and the fact that we have so many defensive players on the floor around her, so we don't have that back row option when she's in there. But for us to be able to get Taylor the ball as often as we did, and for her to capitalize on that was huge for us. And it was something that we had been trying to do. It just hadn't necessarily worked as well in the past couple weekends with our passing and serve receive. So we were able to get in system a little bit more. Madison did a great job of pushing the ball to her in a lot of situations, and she took care of it. To have 19 kills and hit 378 that night was huge for us. So, I think she's somebody that is only getting more and more confident as the season goes on, and she's really learning what does and doesn't work for her. And when she's disciplined, she's really hard to stop.
And defensively, 5 people with more than 10 digs.
It was a team defensive night. Everybody had to be involved. Even just watching film back, the movement that we had, the backup plays that some people made when a lot of times you could say it was somebody else's ball. That's really important for us, and for us to get that many digs, on the road in an opponent's gym is really good. You've got to be able to dig deep and be a little bit gritty in those moments, and I think our team definitely had that.
And then a quick flight down to Tulsa, a day off to rest and get recovered, and come out on Sunday, dropping a close first set, but able to pull out the next 3 close sets. What was that key?
We thought we should have had set 1. I thought we kind of got hosed on a call, at the end of the game. And I actually think that gave our players a lot of confidence going into that second set. So, again, kind of that same idea in NDSU. We knew we should have won that game. So the fact that, we didn't pull it out, I think was really, our team could have sat back, but I think they used it as momentum going forward. So, nothing came easy in that game or match as well. Everything was decided by only a couple points. And again, in an opponent's gym, and to be able to pull out some of those sets by a couple points is huge. And, I was really happy with how they battled down the stretch.
Haley and Taylor again leading the offense, but Elizabeth Lotion also getting in double figures. How big was that?
Just to be able to anchor that backside. And, Loesch had done well, against NDSU as well early on, and then they were able to start digging her a little bit towards the end, so her numbers didn't look as good. But for her to be able to, I think, get blockers to pay attention to her, to get some key points for us, was definitely important. And again, when you can have multiple people in double figures, I mean, it definitely makes you harder to defend. But Taylor getting the job done again, hitting over 500, which is just incredible. To hit that percentage on that many swings is really good. And then obviously Loesch had some key kills for us, and Haley, I think, took a little bit of time to get into it, but once she kind of got a feel for it, definitely was somebody that took a lot of swings for us and gave us a lot of opportunities to score.
Coming off 2-0 weekend, chance to get back at home for the first time in a month. Fort Wayne comes in on Friday. Western Illinois comes in on Sunday. What's exciting, or what's the team looking most forward to this weekend?
Well, I mean, we've been on the road for 3 weeks, and 3 weeks of not easy travel. So, I think part of it is just playing in front of our fans again, being in our own beds, being able to have our pregame meal at home. I mean, it makes a really big difference. And as much as obviously these 2 wins meant a lot for us, being on the road and doing that, it's just there's something about being home and being able to take care of business on your home floor. So, we're going to continue to work this week to fix some of the things that we saw affect us negatively this weekend. But I think really that excitement, the adrenaline coming into this weekend is going to be, I think it's going to be fun to not only watch them, but to be a part of.
And something on Friday before the home match, talk about the uniqueness of not only having one person over 1,000 days you're going to honor, but 3 people in Haley Dodseth, Ann Rasmussen, and Lauren Sauer.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty incredible feat to start with, and then to have 3 of them accomplish it, I think, within 3 weeks of each other is really cool. And, Annie and Lauren both being, Lauren started as libero her first 2 seasons, and, Annie's been libero last year while Lauren was hurt and ended up winning out the libero role this year. But to have both of them on the floor, they are extremely supportive of each other. I think they really want this team to do really well. So to have that is unique to start with, but I think all of them are just more excited about what the team is accomplishing, which says a lot about their character. But, we're excited to be able to give them their moment and to celebrate something that they did achieve, a milestone that I think is pretty cool, and I think pretty incredible. And to have them all 3 doing it on the same night is pretty fun.
Last question: what's the challenge that Western Illinois and Fort Wayne present for you to still come out of this weekend 2-0?
I think just Fort Wayne is probably one of the most experienced teams in the league right now in terms of their roster and their personnel. So, I think that alone is going to be a little bit of a challenge. They've been playing really well. I think they've got a lot of confidence. It's just a different season for them. And, I'm excited that they're doing as well. I like their team. I like their coach. But, in the end, this weekend is about us, is about stopping those things. But I think it should be a really good matchup with Fort Wayne. And then Western's interesting because they have a new coach, they have some new players, and I think learning about them fast, because we don't have some of those the experiences to rely on with some of that team from the past. It'll be interesting to see how their style of play has changed, and anytime you get a new coach, I think that there's a little bit of an excitement around the team, and I think they're going to come out, guns blazing and ready to fight from point one.
And you can catch the Coyotes back here at the Sanford Coyote Sports Center on Friday night against Fort Wayne at 7 p.m. and Sunday afternoon against Western Illinois at 2 o'clock.